Sorry about that.
Whoops. There we go. Welcome back, my energetic beings. And here we are the day after Christmas, just floating between worlds, gathering the pieces of ourselves and really stepping into the soft psychic tides of a Pisces moon. And this Pisces moon is preparing to ignite into Aries a little later. And this moon phase is a first quarter moment. It's a crescendo of energy. It's a shift from dreaming, lucid dreaming, visualizing into doing, from spirit into spark, from the crown to the root, from intuition into intention. And emotionally, Pisces brings the tenderness, the intuition, the dissolving, where Aries brings the fire, the courage, the forward motion. So today we're swimming and sprinting simultaneously, just feeling deeply while reaching out, possibly, or inside of us, for what's next, what's coming. So for my natal moon signatures, if your natal moon is in Capricorn, Capricorn season actually activates your inner architect. So you might be feeling a pull towards structure, responsibility, that long-term vision, mastering the art of mastery. But the Pisces moon softens that edge, just asking you to feel before you plan. And as the moon moves into Aries, of course, Tiger once again is joining the show. I think he feels left out. But as the moon moves into Aries, this is your emotional body hitting go mode. So this is a powerful time to set the boundaries, clarify your goals, and commit to what your soul actually wants, not what's expected. So it really is about expecting the unexpected. It's those aha moments. And really, if your natal moon is in any sign, Capricorn season asks for the mastery, the art of mastering the climb. But this Pisces to Aries moonwalk is really asking for honesty, emotional honesty, energetic honesty, and even spiritual honesty. You're not meant to push, you're meant to really align. And now I want to do a little chitty chat as we transition into one of my very favorite parts of this sacred window of time. We're in Omen days. We're kind of midway through this portal of Omen days. If you did begin your 13 wishes on the winter solstice, that means that your signs are noticeable. That's when I started mine, and the synchronicities are clustering. Your future self is already whispering those instructions. But if you started your 13 wishes on December 24th, you're just now entering the emotional opening. This is where the feelings rise, the intuition wakes up, and the body begins to speak in the language of subtle energies and future timelines. So don't rush it. If there is an integration that happens for all of us, and your omens are arriving right on time, right on schedule, divine timing. So every day forward corresponds to a month of 2026. So just notice what you're feeling, what you're dreaming, what's pulling your attention, those subtle nudges. So these aren't just coincidences, they're previews. So really settle in. The moon is shifting, the omens are forming, and literally your wishes are waking up. But before we shift into the portals, I do want to dive in a little deeper and talk about the emotional weather that we're actually standing in today. So we are moving into a first quarter Aries moon, right in the heart of Capricorn season. And this combination is potent, it's directional, it kind of is catalytic. I was just looking for my little affirmation over here for the natal moons. And I'm going to show you Pisces only because it's super cute and I liked it in the muddy waters. Anyway, I'll get to the Aries one here shortly. But Capricorn gives the structure, the mountain, and even the master plan, wherever it is in your natal chart. And Aries brings the spark, it's the courage, it's the ignition point. And the first quarter moon is the tension between the two. It's the point where desire meets the action. The mastery meets the spark, where intuition meets decision or the incision. And it really is where feeling meets fire. So this is where you really want to ask yourself, like, if you've ever witnessed an Aries moon, I have a few in my village, but this is where you want to ask, like, am I acting from alignment or obligation? Because Aries doesn't wait. Aries moves, it ignites. And Capricorn asks us to just make sure that we're moving in the right direction, not in a still point. So if your natal moon is in Aries, this is like a direct, powerful message directly for the Aries moons, by the way. So if your Aries natal moon, you live in that Aries energy, the frequency, this first quarter moon, the moment it hits you like a frequency upgrade. So Aries moons, you feel everything instantaneously. It's instant. Emotion is instinct, it's impulse, it's movement. You don't just sit with a feeling, you literally become it. But inside of Capricorn season, that instinct gets tempered. It becomes focused. It's sharpened into purpose. So for you, dear Aries moons, this is the moment where your emotional fire becomes a tool instead of a flare. So you may feel a sudden surge of bravery, clarity, decisiveness, a need to literally initiate, or even a desire to cut cords and literally move on. I think this is fantastic as we're heading into a new year. But this is your emotional green light. Capricorn gives you the backbone, the structure, and Aries gives you the momentum. So the first quarter gives you, like, it's your permission slip. So use this window wisely. And now, as we talk about emotional ignition, we kind of prepare to walk into one of the most soulful, instinct-driven full moons of the year, happening at the beginning of 2026, the Cancer full wolf moon. So this is the moon that awakens that inner howl, the ancestral memory, the truth that rises in our chest before it reaches the mind. It's not just emotional, but it's primal. It's a primal activation. It's even protective. And it's belonging and boundaries and homecoming simultaneously. So we're going to be looking at the full wolf moon today through the lens, of course, the four pillars, the elementals. The elemental story gets even richer. So I really want to open the chart and see what kind of wolf medicine is coming through this year at the beginning of the new year. But I do want to show you some moon forecast insight, starting with the natal moons in Pisces and then into Aries. And then when I return, I will dive into the four pillars. So it's a little bit long, but for those of you that do have a natal moon in Aries or Pisces, this is your moon forecast. All my moon forecasts are found on YouTube during each season. The moon weather is what we'll call that. So a little commercial, and then when I return, the four pillars. And for the natal moons in Pisces during Capricorn season, this one is gorgeous because Earth stabilizes water and Saturn direct offers emotional clarity, healing, spiritual cleansing, like a cosmic reset. This one is lush, mystical, deeply cleansing. And Capricorn season is powerful for Pisces moons because it grounds the intuition, focuses the imagination, while giving emotional clarity where things once felt foggy. So let's dive into it, shall we? Moon medicine for the Capricorn season, if your natal moon is in Pisces, with Omen days magic woven in. So as Capricorn season began, your Pisces moon exhaled. Earth steadies water, structure supports sensitivity, and the emotional tides that have been swirling since autumn finally begin to settle into direction and purpose. So this Capricorn season arrived with Saturn, now direct, unlocking clarity, forward movement, and firm boundaries. All things Pisces moons often crave, but rarely feel. They have permission to embody. So this is your season to get spiritually organized, emotionally aligned, and deeply intentional. The energetic landscape for Pisces moons. Capricorn season forms a sextile to your Pisces moon. Supportive, stabilizing, strengthening. And the moon begins the season in Capricorn, encouraging emotional maturity. With Saturn direct, this helps you heal emotional leaks and reclaim sacred agency. You're more intuitive than usual, but also more grounded. There's this rare and beautiful blend, and this season helps your dreams become plans. Your feelings become guidance and your intuition become actionable wisdom. So how does this season feel for a Pisces moon? A little more gentler emotional boundaries, just forming organically, naturally. A clearer sense of what or even who drains you, stronger guidance from ancestors, guides, and your higher self. There could be a pull to simplify, declutter, detach, even detox your energetic field. There could be less fantasy, more embodiment. So your visions are becoming real. You feel supported, held, even clearer than you have in months. Like you're finally swimming with the tide, not against it, even though I have you in the mud. Moon medicine and how to work with this energy if your natal moon is in Pisces. Create those sacred boundaries. Your intuition sharpens when your energy isn't leaking. And declutter your emotional altar. We should all have altars. How do you do that? Let go of old stories, old guilt, old emotional debris. Build a ritual rhythm. So Capricorn season is your best time for spiritual discipline. Turn intuitive hits into tangible steps. Write them down, schedule them, and ground them. And limit your exposure to chaotic environments. Your empathy is heightened, but now you actually feel when something doesn't belong. Capricorn gives your spiritual gifts a container, a chalice, a vessel. Use it wisely. And Omen days in Spirit Nation for Pisces moons, you're going to receive Omen days messages like whispers from behind the veil, like beyond the curtain. So this year, Capricorn season, these signs may feel softer, more precise, beautifully undeniable. So expect guidance through dreams, especially prophetic ones, just saying, water, rain, rivers, showers, baths, ponds, music plus sound frequencies, totally relevant, animals appearing symbolically, even strangers offering perfectly timed wisdom, feeling something before it even happens. And your Omen Days theme, sacred sensitivity moves into spiritual clarity. What tingles your intuition is truth, and what softens your heart is actual guidance. What repeats is actually alignment. And a mantra for Pisces moons, my intuition is grounded, my spirit is clear, and my path is blessed. For the natal moons in Aries during Capricorn season, this one is obviously fiery. Capricorn stabilizes Aries. Saturn direct is sharpening your discipline, and the emotional body gets a powerful reset. Fiery, focused, and just full of forward momentum, magic. I almost said music. That too. Capricorn season does wonders for Aries moons. So let's pour the medicine. Feels like a little Def Leppard, right? Pour some sugar on me. But moon medicine for Capricorn season, if your natal moon is in Aries, with Omen days in Spirit Nation woven in, of course. So as Capricorn season began, your Aries moon snaps into alignment like a flame finding its wick. So this is cardinal to cardinal activation. Earth structures your fire. Saturn, direct, heading towards Aries at 25 degrees Pisces, hits your moon indirectly and suddenly. So everything feels possible again. So this is a massive recalibration season for Aries moons. Not emotionally soft, but emotionally clear, efficient, strategic, and even powerful. So you're ready to move, build, initiate, and claim your energies. And the energetic landscape, if your natal moon's in Aries, Capricorn squares your Aries moon. So this is a supportive momentum. And Saturn direct heading into Aries, this is emotional mastery plus karmic breakthroughs. The season begins with a moon in Capricorn, so priorities get real. You become more discerning, more focused, more driven. There could be an impulsive transformation, which literally this impulsiveness transforms into precision. So this season matures your fire without dimming it, which I also like. So how this season feels for an Aries moon? It's those sudden bursts of motivation after months of fog and sharper instincts plus clearer gut reactions. There could be a desire to get organized and literally just stop wasting time. There could be emotional energy, feeling steadier, which is actually rare for your moon. There could be less tolerance for chaos, inefficiency, or emotional drama. There could even be a new hunger for long-term security and achievement. So your Aries moon becomes the warrior architect, not just charging forward, but building the path beneath each step. So moon medicine for the Aries moon, how to work with this energy. First, become ruthlessly selective with your energy. Capricorn season refines your fire, so only pour energy in what actually matters. Next, create frameworks that support your passion. A schedule, a system, a strategy. Your moon thrives with a mission. And focus on long-term wins, not instant gratification. Capricorn teaches your Aries moon the sacred art of sustainability. And honor your body's signals. The body gives telltale signs. And with Saturn tracking your moon, your physical body becomes your greatest truth teller. It's going to be the voice of the body. And say no faster. This unlocks the yes that actually changes everything. So Aries moons don't stay stuck in Capricorn season, they actually rise. And Omen Day's inspiration for an Aries moon, you receive omens through physical sensations, whether it's heat, jolts, chills, like the surprise moments, like inner chills, sudden clarity, emotional conviction, fast, sharp, intuitive hits, like an arrow or a sword. Repeating symbols around leadership, gates, doors, even fire. Signs that push you to act and not wait. And your theme is karmic courage, moving into embodied direction. Every omen will ask, what are you no longer delaying? And a mantra for the Aries moons, I take aligned action with clarity, courage, and purpose. And we are back, and Tiger's going to probably take over the show once again. And if you don't know, Tiger is my cat. And also, if you're curious why I focus mostly on the moon, in human design, I'm a reflector. So I do follow the lunar energies, the seasons of the moon through each of the seasons, along with the elementals. That's what I predominantly do my rituals around. The elementals of the season, the month, the year. And I incorporate your personal algorithm, elementals, and whatnot as well. But I want to dive into the elemental map, the 4 pillars chart for this upcoming Cancer full wolf moon. So this is where the emotional body and the elemental body meet. And the wolf moon awakens instinct, it awakens belonging, it's our intuition, but it's also ancestral memory, the memoirs, usually around 7 seasons, cycles. I'm thinking of 7 generations, basically. But Cancer also brings water, its nourishment, its emotional resonance. But the 4 pillars show how this energy lands in the physical body, the spiritual body, and even your own personal energetic algorithm. So I want to break down this elemental architecture for January 3rd. Just know the year pillar sets the collective tone. It's the ancestral weather pattern. And the snake year brings shedding, and more shedding. I've talked about this all of 2025. But it's asking us to shed false skins and outdated identities. We're going through an identity shift. Along with the inherited patterns, we no longer want to carry into the water year and the Dagara, plus the fire horse and the Chinese. So we've got these dual algorithms happening for us simultaneously. So during a Cancer wolf moon and the snake year, this is speaking or saying, invoking that our ancestors are speaking, but only the truth remains. And anything emotionally inauthentic shakes loose. Should I say that again? Just know you're going to be shaking off some debris, some ancestral debris. The month pillar, that is the seasonal influence. The month pillar is also the environment, and this is the element, it's the elemental atmosphere, the temperature that this full moon is rising into. Where the day pillar is the emotional body, it's the internal landscape, it's what's going on inside of us. And the hour pillar, that governs our subconscious mind. It's the dream body, but also it's the ritual portal. I have to have the hour in order to, that's kind of how the ritual speaks to me, is what I want to say. So the pillars, the pillar to day master relationship, now that's a little different. This is actually the heart of the chart. The day master is the true self. So as an example, I'm going to go through the day masters, not on this chart, but it's important to know your own day master. If you've ever had a session with me, you know. If you know, you know. But if your day master is water, this full moon is going to overflow your intuition, dreams, gut feelings, ancestral whispers. Everything is heightened. So this is a very prophetic window for you. And if your day master is wood, yang or yin, emotional growth, perspective shifts, identity shifting, a cleansing of old emotional roots or routines. And wood bends but does not break. So this is resilience more refined. If your day master is fire, this is like breakthroughs. It's emotional clarity, a renewed sense of purpose. And I'm going to say it's even heightened. It's like your inner flame stabilizes rather than burns wildly, because we also entered what's called period 9. It's a 20-year cycle. So fire is like, we're just moving into it. We're getting a taste or a glimmer. And if your day master is earth, this is about deep grounding. So this wolf moon, it feels like coming home to yourself. And then Capricorn season amplifies your sense of purpose and direction. If your day master is metal, this is where your boundaries strengthen and truth becomes sharp. It's clean. It's undeniable. It's a force. It's focused. And the wolf moon helps you cut ties with emotional debris and really reclaim your sovereignty. So I do know some of you elementals out there, I can sense this when I speak to it. But the Cancer full moon, yin fire ox of a day, a yang earth rat month, in a yin wood snake year, happening at the yin metal ox hour. So the wolf moon opens a day and night of instinct, belonging, ancestral clarity, and really lunar sovereignty. This is emotional sovereignty. It is the moon. And the 4 pillars shows exactly how this energy lands in our emotional body along with our environment and the collective psyche. So I want to decode this elemental architecture for you, or with you, for those of you tuning in. I always like to start with a year pillar and move towards the day. So our yin wood snake year, this is ancestral shedding plus emotional sheath. We've been doing this all year, but each month kind of adds a different flavor, a little temperature, a different character to what's playing out. So the snake brings wisdom, intuition. It's the unraveling of old skins. And yin wood grows quietly, even silently, subtly, yet very persistent. It's rising towards the truth, the authenticity, actually. So during a Cancer full moon, this year pillar is activating ancestral healing, emotional detoxifying energies. I'm just thinking of, I'll get back to that later. Like emotional rebirthing, like you have to go through energetic cycles of releasing emotions. That's what I want to say. Emotional releasing, shedding outdated roles, those identities, the ones that you really climbed into that weren't even yours in the first place. Identity shifting. It's intuitive revelations, like you have prophetic revealings, dream states kind of stuff. And the snake says, or it's invoking, which we need to invoke more, it's saying that our feelings are not weaknesses. I've recognized that myself. Sometimes people think my kindness is a weakness, and that's very much where they're wrong, because a whole nother side of me does come out once you poke the bear, I'll say. But feelings are not weaknesses. They are very much their instructions. And this wolf moon is pulling this ancient truth to the surface. The month pillar being the yang earth rat, this is the environment plus the emotional foundation. And the rat month is stirring the mental activity. It's the preparedness, it's resourcefulness, it's strategic intuition. And the earth, I'm going to say it's more of a psychic intuition versus an intuitive intuition. Those are different flavors. If you've taken my quiz, you know. But the earth grounds the energy, and this is giving the wolf moon a container to howl from, not at. So here, this is where we feel emotional kind of excavation, family karma rising, practical steps towards emotional sovereignty. And there's going to be some clarity about what's truly supportive versus draining. You kind of have to sit with that. Just know integration takes time. It's like the energy has to catch up. Energy to spirit or spirit to matter. And the rat month is meeting this Cancer wolf moon. What's this even speaking to? I always like to say it's invoking. It's like you need to say it out loud. But this is emotional wisdom. That's our winter survival kit. That's what the message is. Now the day pillar, the yin fire ox, this is the emotional body plus our lived experience of this wolf moon. Things are happening for us. And we're asking the universe to show us the memoir or the message. But this really is the heart of the chart. Yin fire equals the candle flame. It's sensitive, it's perceptive, candles are flickering. It's that flickering intuition, it's emotional honesty. Where the ox equals endurance, it's patience, it is the long winter's night. And this is actually happening right before we move into the ox month, which is right before the Chinese New Year. So you kind of want to feel into that as well. But this is also carrying ancestral weight, devotion, responsibility, or irresponsibility. It's two sides. But together on a Cancer wolf moon, emotions deepen. Our intuition is going to be sharp. It's going to be focused. Our endurance will be tested though. Tests, right? The test of all tests. That's before the magic happens, right? And loyalty becomes a theme. Inherited emotions, they could be turn into emotional burdens. Those are going to be rising to the forefront to actually be cleared. So the yin fire ox is speaking, or it's invoking. It's our inner flame. It's our spirit. Our spirit deserves protection. That is the inner flame, whatever that is. So tend to it, feed it, but more importantly, trust it. This is a moment of emotional truth telling where you invoke truth to yourself, your spirit self, your higher self, your spirit body, spirit to spirit, those kinds of conversations. And the hour pillar, the yin metal ox, this represents the subconscious portal plus the ritual window. It's the door into the ritual. It's the door into the shaman's portal, at least for myself. That's how I work with this. But yin metal represents refinement, it's clarity, it's discernment, and ancestral precision. It's talk to your ancestors is basically what I just heard. But the ox, again, this brings that steadfast kind of energy. It's just steady, like to the pole. I just think of plowing the fields. But it's also a winter ritual. It's cold night endurance in the frozen earth, if you will. Not so much in Utah. Things are happening, but that's a whole nother story. But during ritual hours, energetically, this gives like razor sharp emotional discernment. It is metal. You're going to have clear intuitive messages, boundaries becoming non-negotiable. You're going to know where to draw the line, and people are going to know you drew the line. But it's also ancestral voices becoming unmistakable, whatever that is. It could be any ancestor really from a whole nother timeline. I always see my mother, my grandma on both sides and a little more. There could be a lot of karmic cords ready to be cut cleanly, but just know when you cut a cord, you have to stream in some grace first before you do that. Otherwise, you open doorways for other things. So yeah, that's all I want to say to that, because I don't like focusing on the dark side, even though I know it exists. So the yin metal ox in the hour, this is speaking to purifying, clarifying, and releasing the emotional debris or the residue that is not yours and has never been yours. So I would say this is a very perfect ritual hour. Gather your items before and prepare. That's why I'm trying to do these rituals a week before the timeline is kind of what I want to say. But I do want to look at how each of the 4 pillars interacts with the day master, because that's kind of how this all plays out. So for this full wolf moon, knowing it's yin fire, our day is a yin fire. This is the candle flame. It's a lantern light. It's the intuitive spark. It literally is those intuitive downloads that come out of nowhere, the ideas that percolate. And yin fire as an energy, it's sensitive, it's perceptive, it's psychic, emotionally in tuned, just feeling into things, sensing into things. It's responsive to the environment. And as a reflector, I'll say I am very sensitive to environments. If I abruptly leave, just know the environment is unhealthy. That's how reflectors operate, basically. I've learned to just leave, and then I'll hear about the chaos later, that's just what happens for me. But I do want to explore how each of these pillars shapes this yin fire day master for this full wolf moon in Cancer. So I was going to start from the year pillar. The year is the Yinwood snake, which is feeding and transforming the day master. Yinwood feeds yin fire. So this is a nourishing, supportive relationship. So I really like that. Wood gives the fire day master the fuel, along with clarity and emotional strength and some growth, possibly like ideas, those aha moments, where the snake adds intuition, ancestral memory, and internal shedding. So this relationship, so the message here from the year to the day, that this is a night where our intuitive fire is fed from the roots. Literally, our ancestors, our past experiences, they're providing the fuel this time, not the friction. So we're going to be supported in releasing what dims our flame. And people try to dim our flame, our light all the time. And that's where I come in to activate and radiate your brilliance. That's kind of my theme, just saying. The month pillar, the Yang Earth Rat. This is a stabilizing, and also it's draining the day master. So it's a combination. So Yang Earth is the mountain. It controls, but it also contains fire as an element. So it gives structure, grounding, but also focus, hidden elements. You always want to look at those. At the same time, it can also limit or weigh down emotional sensitivity. It sets a boundary, right? And the rat is bringing water, the element that actually weakens fire. What does that mean? So this means emotional depth is very much intensified. Water and fire are reflective. Just imagine surfing or being a boat on the water. The sun reflects and you can get burned. So what does that mean? That means that emotional depth is actually intensified, but the energy output may feel a little bit reduced. So, what does this speak to? What's the message? This is just saying that our fire is grounded, but it's also held simultaneously. So you may feel more sensitive, you could be slower, obviously reflective, and that's all really good. It's about integration. So the month energy helps us, it really helps our intuition crystallize into clarity. So you really want to feel first and act later. Feelings, I always say our moon is the emotional foundation. And when you listen about manifestation, it's about feelings, thoughts, and beliefs, which is Jupiter, Mercury, and the moon. I try to get people to tune into those 3 facets that we all have, their own unique temperature, but that is what that is. So feel first, act later. The day pillar, which it all comes to, the yin fire ox. This is the emotional tension plus the inner strength. This is happening inside of us. So this is the day master itself, yin fire, riding on top of the ox, which is earth. So earth absorbs fire. What does that mean? That means our emotions are going to go deep, our intuition becomes internal, and the mood becomes both steady but also intense. So feelings simmer rather than flare. So again, pay attention to what you feel. And so this speaks to that this full moon pulls our fire inward. It is like a spirit to spirit conversation. Our inner flame is glowing. It's steady. It's not wild. It's just steadily flowing and glowing. So this is emotional endurance. It's emotional truth. It's emotional stability, all combined into one sphere or scalar wave, streams of grace. So we're going to see everything clearly, even what is normally hidden. Usually I keep those things to myself unless spirit does the tap. If you know, you know. The hour pillar, the yin metal ox, this is refining, and it's also challenging the day master. Why? Because metal controls fire. So this creates tension, but also refinement. And it can be an opposing energy, but this is yin fire. So this is all happening inside of us. This is a very yin chart. Yin is inner world, yang is outer world. But the ox again adds earth. This is anchoring the process. And yin metal is precision, purification, discernment. So I would set my intention to be clear and focus on whatever it is you want to bring into the world. Decline. I love it when I get phone calls. Just kidding. I'm not kidding. I do love it. So back to the show. So yin metal, again, focus on the intention, whatever it is, be clear about it, because our intuition becomes laser focused. No illusions, there's no fog. And the hour of metal literally sharpens our perception. It helps us cut away that emotional debris with both clarity but also strength. It reminds me of Excalibur, King Arthur, Lancelot, kind of, you're just done. So this is the moon where our boundaries get an upgrade energetically. So overall, this yin fire day master happening under the wolf moon doesn't happen all the time, just for clarity's sake. But yin fire for this full wolf moon is nourished by the year wood. It's tempered by the month, having earth plus water, but it's also deepened by the day, which is earth, and more so refined by the hour, which is metal. So what is the result here? This is I'm going to call it a fully activated intuitive field. It's like going into a different dimension, meditation, visualization, dream states, emotions that run deep, but they're also staying clear. And our boundaries sharpen and our instincts rise. They're coming to the forefront. And more importantly, I want to say ancestral truths are being illuminated, either in the physical or from the spirit world. So this is a wolf moon asking your own yin fire to glow from the inside out, not for performance, but more for truth, authenticity. So if your natal moon is in Cancer, this wolf moon, this is a very powerful, this is home for you. And if your natal moon is in Cancer, the wolf moon is a return to your lunar sovereignty. This is an emotional new year. And honestly, I've been pulling cards for Omen days. Most of them are from the water element, just saying. So I think this is going to be a very emotional new year for all of us. Our psychic sensitivities are going to be amplified, but also a boundary reset, drawing the line. There could be a homecoming to your inner mothering and also your inner child simultaneously. So Cancer moons are going to feel the wolf moon in their bodies and in their bones. Just know your intuition is going to be louder. Your emotional truth is going to be undeniable. And your inner wolf, white or black, it's going to awaken. And your shell is going to soften, but your claws will also sharpen. So if you do have a natal moon in Cancer, for you, the message here is like, come home to yourself. Your body knows, your intuition leads, and your emotions are prophecy. So today, as we close today's show, I really do want you to anchor into these energies, move them forward. We are deep in the throes of Capricorn season, moving through it. This season is all about structure, mastery, and becoming. And this is where we commit. We decide, we commit. We made the decision to really flow into what matters and call back our power, our energetic power, our spirit power, our body power, all of it, and really build foundations that are strong enough to hold the future that we're claiming, a declaration. At the same time, we're walking through Omen days, those liminal nights where the world begins. It begins to thin, and the months of this upcoming year really start whispering their clues. So pay attention. I just found my other journal over here. So pay attention. The signs are not subtle right now. And Capricorn sharpens a focus, and Pisces is softening the lens today, where Aries is going to blaze the message into motion. So just pay attention and remember, it's in the remembering. All of this is preparing us for the water year of 2026. That's in the Daguerre cosmology. Listen to last week's show. We all carry elementals. It's about nurturing the elemental and living our gift, our purpose, our medicine. So if you have issues with health, wealth, career, relationships, that's where ritual comes in, but also cowrie shell divinations. So just know, heading into a water year, years ending in 6 and 1, if you've ever had a divination, this is a year of flow. It's a year of feeling, intuition, but it's flowing, it's psychic intuition, very different than spirit, two different flavors. But it's a returning to the river of your own magic, your own medicine, where your emotional body, your sacral center, becomes the guide, and your ancestors, fire, become the compass. And your spirit leads from the inside to the outside. But before we try to gallop too far ahead, we have to hold on to our horses because we're entering a yin or a fire horse year right after the water year. So we're in flux. It's a yang fire horse in the Chinese cosmology. So this is all happening for us. But that energy of fire horse, it's bold, it's blazing, and it is unstoppable. This is like even spirit to soul kind of energy. But for now, we just want to soften into the waters. It's time for a listening and also receiving. And follow the omens as they speak to you. Just one breath, like flowing into your breath, and even one dream. And one like synchronicity at a time, like pay attention to signs, symbols, everything actually right now. So with that, I'm not going to be doing any divinations today. I haven't had anybody chime in for those the last month. So I've taken that off the board for now. But if you're interested in a private session, cowrie shell, that's where I speak and I invoke, talk to your ancestors, your spirit team, and whatnot, the other world. I usually use the 4 pillars chart, your own, so I can dive deeper and give you your own personal ritual. And even other rituals are in the online coven for each of these seasons. You just basically use the one that speaks to you. Some of my rituals are a little more intense than others, but it's all about shaking the cosmic debris. But either way, thanks for joining me. May your signs be clear, your waters be intuitive and wise, and your steps moving into 2026 be led by spirit, your ancestors, and what more. And I will see you January 2nd, right before this moon. We'll probably talk about the fire horse and the water, what that blend's going to make or create. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of my show. Stay magical, stay grounded, keep your heart open, okay? Because things are rising for us. Things happening for us, not to us. We just need to ask the universe to show us what the messages are. So stay open to that. And I'll see you on the other side, or at least in the coven shortly.